Welcome to this short video featuring US Grandmaster Daniel Naroditsky, also called Danya on his stream. This is a close-up of the star player, and these are his stats on chess.com. He's ranked 11th in the world with a rating of 3,052 points. So that's a blitz rating on chess.com. Number one is GM Nakamura, which I have features on my YouTube channel. So Danya is known, streams on Twitch, and has his own YouTube channel. So here I'm gonna display his magic in the opening against the Pirc and modern defense. So let's go right to game one. H3 to avoid bishop g4. Let's stop right there. So Danya played knight c3, knight f3, developing the bishops and has control of the center. So this is pretty standard, nothing crazy here, but how do you continue? And here comes the magic, e5. He doesn't castle, goes straight for the attack. Knight retreats, bishop e4, attacks the knight, and you can see that there's a nasty pin. So black play bishop b7, and now what? Well, Danya goes on for the attack. e6 played. Black takes, knight g5 attacking e6. Okay, black defends, and now we're on move 12, and this is the last move of the game. Daniel Naroditsky played queen f3, and black resign. Well, the first threat is pretty obvious. You come here and you attack c6, right? So that makes sense. Second threat, well, queen f7, and you pick up the bishop here. So you can defend against both threats, and black resign on move 12. Let's go to the next game now. This is the classic modern setup. We have the bishop on g7 and d6 play. Now, black in this game is Grandmaster Brandon Jacobson. So what does Danya uncork here? h4. He's going straight for the attack on move 4. Black develops h5, going for it. Knight takes. What do? You guessed it by now. Let's go for the attack. And Danya sacks the exchange. Okay, black takes, white takes. So now black continues, knight c6, knight f3, e6, bishop e3, a6. So what do? Obviously Danya is going for the king, right? So long castle. And look at this, these pieces are developed. Yes, he gave material, but he has the initiative. So black cannot castle, obviously, and should develop the pieces. So black tried queen f6, right? Because eventually you can do bishop d7 and castle long as well. But white strikes right away, e5. Take, queen g6. Now black would be happy to play an endgame, but white say not so fast. Queen h4, keeping the queens on the board. Let's continue the game. Bishop e3, the last piece is back into the action, and now the bishop is targeting the queen. You could have a discovery. So black goes for it and takes g2. Check, king moves, and we're on move 17. What is the last move of the game? Well, Danya played bishop e4. Now that queen over here in g2 has no squares to go. But if black defends the knight on c6 and play, let's say, bishop b7, then knight d4 attacks the queen and attacks the knight here, and white is winning. So after bishop e4, black simply resign. Very quick win against the Pirc. Let's see the last game. In this third and last game, black had a different move order and start with e5. I'll stop right there so you can see that white has a strong grip on the center. The bishop are developed. So now is the question, how do you continue with white here? The answer, Danya goes straight for the end game. Now black would like to come here, so prophylaxis, b3 played. Now black answer with c6 as well, because knight d5 would be a very strong square for the knight. And Danya is not against exchanging more pieces. So let's see. Rook here, bishop e6. So white has a control of the d5, but you would say, well, black is doing okay here. We're on move 14. Well, with Danya's magic, the game's gonna last another 7 moves. For an endgame, that's super fast. So next move, a4. And this is very tricky because black typically wants to play a5 to stop the pawn from advancing. But here it's not possible because you would take a free piece on b6. So knight fd7 played, let's continue. And now we're on move 17. Equal material. Danya went for the endgame, not for the attack like in the previous game. But here is making magic happen. Really, really brilliant idea. Can you spot it? Well, he played knight d5. He spotted that if black takes the knight, white takes back, and that bishop here has nowhere to go. So Danya is going to d5 even though black played c6 to prevent it. Now you may say, what is happening if you don't take the knight? Well, let's play a move here. Knight c7, fork, the rook moves, take, and you're picking up a free piece on d7, game over. So here, black 2, white takes back, take, white takes, knight retreats, rook d8, very strong. The rook is penetrating and is very powerful on the 8th rank. Bishop f6 to try to kick the rook away, but the rook has one more square. Rook e8, move 21, and black resign. So this deserves a little bit of explanation. The first move you would consider for black is to break the pin by moving the king away. However, here g5, the bishop retreats, and here simply a6, and that beautiful bishop on g2 is targeting the pawn. You're gonna take like that, that's game over. Now, because that rook is so powerful, you could try to break the pin by doing knight b6. You don't want to take here because your rook is hanging, but you can still exchange your rooks, exchanging pieces, but bishop b7 here, attacking the knight, and after the knight moves, you could simply grab another pawn on a7. And you have an ending here. White is better, has a plan to advance the pawn, and black is very passive, has no counterplay. So in this position, black resign. I hope you enjoyed this video and these classic examples of how to play with white against d6 and g6. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.